RBS Business Research Academy welcomes you in the SmartPLS-4 series. This is the lecture number 8 from the SmartPLS-4 series. In this lecture number 8, we have to understand the complete concept of the formative constructs along with the different tools to measure the validity and the reliability of the formative constructs. So let's start our discussion. Before this one, my name is Dr. Rahim Sumro and I'm working as a professor at Shabti University, Pakistan. And these are my contacts if you want to contact. So these email, website, Facebook and YouTube links are available through which you can contact with me. Dear friends, this is the overall the model. Whenever you are working in the SmartPLS, whatever model you are generating over there. So there are the two type of the model. The first type of model is the structural model or an inner model, and another is a measurement model or the outer model. So far we are talking about the measurement model. Measurement model has two types, reflective model and the formative model. On my YouTube channel, you will find video lecture number 6 and the 7 on the reflective construct. In video lecture number 6, theoretically, I have provided the complete concept of the reflective construct, and in the lecture number 8, I have discussed how practically we can assess the reliability and the validity of the reflective model. Whereas in this lecture, we have to understand the formative constructs. So the difference between the reflective and formative construct is very simple. Just you have to check out the direction or pointation of the arrow. So now in the case of reflective, our arrow is going from the latent variable to the indicator. Whereas in case of formative, our pointation of our arrow is from the indicator to its relevant variable. So that's the difference. Okay, one more difference is that when you are talking about the reflective construct, we have to check the outer loadings. In case of the formative indicator, we have to check the outer weights. So that's the only difference between the reflective and the formative constructs. So now in case of the reflective, you're looking, these are the reflective construct where every item is basically measuring the same thing. So now, for example, when you talk about the satisfaction with the hotel, then all these 4 items you're looking here, they are basically measuring the same thing. If you remove any item, then there will be no effect on the overall meaning of this construct. Whereas this is formative. So now in the formative, you're looking that the room is well equipped. So here we talk about the room. And another, I can find silence here. So now here we're talking about the silence. So now each item is basically measuring the different dimensions of the satisfaction with hotel. Another is a wellness area is good. Another personnel is friendly and the service is good. So now when you talk about certification, so all these are basically different components of the service. So now with the all components are good, that means that we can say our customers are satisfied. So now if you delete any one item, basically you are going to delete a one important component of the hotel certification. In assessing the formative measurement model, so we are committing a big mistake. Big mistake is what? That we are applying incorrectly reflective measurement model evolution criteria to assess the quality of the formative measurement quality. So that's why it's very important to know which are the criteria or the tools to measure the reflective measurement model, and what are the tools or criteria through which you can measure the formative measurement model. Formative indicators are assumed to be error free. So now no any error is associated with any indicator in the formative. And actually in the SmartPLS, so now we do not require any error to associate with any type of the indicator, either the construct is a formative or reflective. Assessing the convergent and the discriminant validity using the criteria similar to those associated with the reflective measurement model is not meaningful when the formative indicators and their weights are involved. So basically, in order to check the convergent validity, one tool is our loadings. So in case of the reflective, we check the outer loadings. In case of the formative, we have to check the outer weights. So now, assessing the measurement one more, this notion especially holds for CB-SEM, which assume that the formative indicator fully capture the content domain of the construct under consideration. So for this purpose, yeah, you're looking that this is the complete domain of the this this construct, the name of the construct is satisfaction with hotel, and this is a complete domain of this one. So now that's why we say that the fully capture the content domain. Statistical evolution criteria for reflective measurement model cannot be directly transferred to formative measurement model, where the indicators are likely to represent the construct's independent cause, thus do not necessarily positively correlate. So now there is it's not necessary that there should be the positive correlation or there should be the high correlation. Like in this case, you're looking here that all the items, they are measuring the different thing. So now it's not necessary that there should be the correlation of positive correlation between these two items. So now this is a formative construct where there means that these 5 items, they are basically the completely measuring the satisfaction with the hotel. So now all these items are coming under the domain of the satisfaction with the hotel. So it's not necessary there should be the higher correlation between the hotel room and between this item and this item and this item, and they are all among the all item. It is not necessary. So in this state, the researcher should focus on the content validity. So now we have to check the content validity, but before empirically evaluating the formatively measurement construct. So now we have to check here the the content validity, because reliability is not involved over here. Why reliability is not involved over here? The reason I'm telling you. If the respondent is showing the positive agreement, it means that strongly agree or strong agree with the first item. Data for the rest of item, the logically respondent has to remain the positive for every item over here. And if in the first in the first item, if the respondent is giving you the negative agreement, like, or strongly disagree or just agree, then for the rest of the indicators, the respondent has to remain same. But this is not case in this one. So in the formative case, it's not necessary. For the first one, the respondent may show the positive agreement. For the rest one, the respondent may show the negative agreement, again negative, again positive, and again the negative. So now inconsistency is allowed in this one. So that it is necessary that for the respondent to remain inconsistent for the every item in the formative construct. So that's why we are not required to check the reliability, because in other terms, the reliability is actually to check the consistency of the respondent. So in their reflective, the consistency is required. That means that the respondent had to remain consistent in providing the response against the every item of this construct. So now when you talk about the assessing the formative measurement tools, now these tools which are available here: convergent validity, first one; collinearity among the indicators, and the significance and the relevance of the outer weights. So this is step number 1. Assess the convergent validity in formative measurement model. So this image has been taken from the page number 121 from a very famous book on the SmartPLS, a primer on SmartPLS. Step number 1. Assess convergent validity, formative measurement model. How to assess it? The first thing is discriminant and convergent validity are the two fundamental constructs of the validity. And then the construct validity means that the test designed to measure a particular construct intelligence is actually measuring the construct. It means it is actually measuring the intelligence or something else. So basically in this one we are talking about only the validity, and we are not related with the reliability, because reliability is not applicable in case of the formative measurement model. So that's why we have to only depend on the validity tools to measure the formative measurement model. So there are two measures are there. One is a discriminant validity and another is a convergent and validity. And another is a first step in assessing the empirical VB-SEM results of the formative model involves these two. Discriminability, the extent to which the measure correlate positively with the other measure, or measure may be reflective or may be formative of the same construct using the different indicators. Whereas the convergibility tests that the construct that is expected to be rated are in fact rated or not. So now these are the two criteria to assess the validity of the formative measurement model. Hence, when evaluating the formative measurement model, we have to test whether the formatively measured construct is highly correlated with the respective measure of the SEM construct. So if yes, then so this type of the analysis is known as a redundancy analysis. The term redundancy analysis stems from the information in the model being redundant in the sense that it is included in the formative construct and again in the respective construct. If this is the case, then this construct has become redundant, or we can say the useless. Furthermore, established reflective measurement instrument may not available. Constructing a new scale is difficult and time consuming. So now whenever you are going to measure the validity of your formative construct, so now you have to develop a one reflective construct. Sometimes if the reflective construct is not available, it's very difficult to develop a new scale because it's time consuming and it needs a lot of effort. So now alternative is that you can use a global item. So now in the global item, for example, you're looking here, this is a corporate social responsibility, CSOR. In this regard, there are the 5 items. So now here you're looking the please assess the extent to which actually the conscious way we was developed in measured scale from the 0 to 10. So now 0 not at all and 10 is definitely. So now this is the one item construct. And now we can say the global item. Now this is equal to the all these items are which are 5 in number. Now next. The assess the formative measurement model for the quality, because quality is a very big issue. In order to check the quality, different tests have been introduced by the statistician to assess and the level of the quality, because always quality is a big issue with your data. High correlations of the item are not accepted in the formative model, whereas the high correlation of the among the items are permitted in case of the reflective measurement model. Collinearity occurs when 2 or more indicators of the same countries are highly correlated. Highly correlated means that when there is a high correlation, at least the correlation is more than 0.7 or 0.8. Collinearity boosts the external error, and that's why it bias indicator weights even the change the sign. And because of this one, a signs may be changed. So now that's why the formative measure model is very important. Now, so use the variance inflation factor as indicator of the collinearity. So now this is the VIF is a one important tool through which you can find out the collinearity if it is available in your data or not. How to? So now these are the VIF values are there, and this is the formula of the variance inflation factor, and then the critical value of this one, if the VI is the value of VI is more than 5, then means that there is a problem of the collinearity with your data. And then even if it's the less than 3, that's okay. But if the value is there between the 3 and 5, then again you should be satisfied that there is no any problem. The SmartPLS will show you as you're looking here, when the VI value of any indicator is in the green color, that means that there is no problem absolutely with your data, with your that indicator especially. So, and then this value will be shown to you in the green color, and another is that if there is a, and then another value of the indicator will be shown into the black color. So you will find its value is from the 3 to 5. Again, you should be satisfied that there is no any big issue with your data. But in the third case is that when the value of any indicator is shown to you in case of the red color, then there is a problem. That is a violation of this one. Violation, it means that the minimum you can go the value of the VIF up to the 5. If the value of the VIF is crossing the 5, then there is a violation of this one. So now you have to solve this violation. And then you are looking here guideline. Assess the level of collinearity in the formative measurement model. The first thing is no collinearity is value of the collinearity is greater than 5, then analyze the significant outer weights and interpret formative indicator absolute and relative contribution. Other case, if the value is greater equal to 5 or greater than 5, then we have to treat the collinearity issue. How to treat the collinearity issue? No critical level of collinearity VIF is greater than 5. No critical level of the quality, for example, if less than 5. Analyze the significance of the outer weights and interpret the formative indicators absolute and the relative contribution. And even though if it is the value is higher equal to 5 or higher than 5, then dismiss the formative measurement model immediately because it is useless. Assess the significance and the relevance of the formative indicators. Does formative indicator truly contribute to to forming the construct? To answer this question, we must test if the outer weights in the formative measurement model are significantly different from the zero while bootstrapping procedure or not. With this information, T values are calculated to assess the each indicator's weight and the weight significance. Okay. So now here, the weight represents the indicator's relative contribution, the overall considering of the indicators in the set. So now weights should be significant through the bootstrapping. So now the loading represents the indicator's contribution, and that is the information indicator provides without considering any. So now basically the outer weight or in the terms of the loading should be higher than 0.078. If this is the case, then definitely you will also get the boost like the significant bootstrapping of your that indicator in the SmartPLS. Then again another outer weight significant roadmap is there. The first is the outer weight significant. So now you should be happy that they continue with the interpretation of the outer weights absolute and relative size. And if the outer weight is not significant, then analyze the formative indicator outer weight loading. Okay, for this purpose, if the outer weight loading is less than 0.5, that tests the significance of the formative indicator outloading, and then if the outer loading is less than 0.5 and not significant, delete the formative indicator, and the outer loading is greater than 0.5 but it is significant, consider the removal of the indicator. So now in this case you can immediately delete the indicator, but in this case you can consider to remove. So if you find the justification to remove it, then you can remove it, otherwise you can keep it. Another case, if the outer loading is equal to 0.5 or higher than 0.5, to keep the indicator even though it's not significant. So video lecture number 9 basically is about the how we can practically assess the formative measurement model through the SmartPLS-4. So I suggest you to watch this one in order to understand how practically we can check the measurement model in the SmartPLS-4. At the end, thank you very much for watching this video completely. I hope this video has clarified your concepts regarding the formative measurement model. Thank you very much.